For the 5th time on Championship Sunday, it will be the duo of Susannah Barr and Andrei Daescu facing off against Parris Todd and Hunter Johnson. Todd and Johnson dispatching Barr and Daescu in the winner's bracket final, so they hold the advantage. Barr and Daescu trying to double dip to take home another gold medal. Parris Todd has won 15 of those on tour this year. The 25-year-old out of Fort Myers, Florida, started playing tennis when she was 8 years old, has quickly transitioned to being one of the most successful players and women on the APP Tour. Her partner, Hunter Johnson, already captured a gold medal in the men's singles earlier this afternoon. The 25-year-old out of New Braunfels, Texas, 4 hours south of here, growing up just outside of San Antonio. 10 gold medals. And the reason why that number is not higher is because this duo has run into this duo multiple times. Andrei Daescu, the 35-year-old out of Palm Beach, Florida, 10 men's doubles gold medals. His partner, Susannah Barr, out of Boise, Idaho, also picking up a gold medal here earlier this afternoon. 8 on tour this year, picked up a gold with Megan Fudge in the women's double. So everyone golden on this court, minus Parris Todd, trying to correct that here in this mixed doubles match. And this is a matchup we've seen multiple times. These players know each other so well. Rematch of Atlanta last week, Todd and Johnson finally breaking through. So what's going to be the difference maker today?
Well, again, it's going to be a tall task here for Barr and Daescu, as they have to double dip here because they're coming out of that consolation draw. And Todd and Johnson just look really dialed in right now. Ever since last weekend, they have been dialed in. Don't look like they're backing off any. So, again, what can Barr and Daescu do to slow down the pace, stay in some points a little longer is going to be my X factor for this one.
Yeah, and for me, it's how well Hunter Johnson has been playing in the last 3 weeks. He's really locked in, and he's committing to those drops and those drives, accelerating through everything, and just playing comfortable right now.
We are underway here in the mixed doubles gold medal match as Parris Todd finds a cross-court winner for the early point.
Wow, that is impressive here from Parris Todd.
I mean, that's passed before Barr can even turn ahead.
Oh,
Daescu stepping in.
It's tough to get both players.
Does that count for more?
Unfortunately, no. For Barr and Daescu.
Does earn the side out, however. Barr missing the easy overhead. That is uncharacteristic, to say the least.
She didn't move her feet.
That's what I was about to say. That's a case of where you get stuck with your feet and you can't do anything with the paddle.
That's how I look when I volley, if I'm being honest, is that one sails just a little bit long.
That's an impressive third shot drive right there from Andrei Daescu, catching Parris Todd on the uncoil.
Well, it's 1-1.
Yeah,
1-1-2.
1-1-2.
1-1-2.
Oh, no.
Daescu tagging Johnson center mass.
Johnson, he overacted on the...
He's sitting dead forehand right there. And Daescu just goes right in the stomach.
Johnson gets the forehand to earn the side out. In the winner's bracket final, Todd and Johnson, Chad, very clean, very clinical in their play, took that match 7-9. How about the defense there from Parris Todd?
Yeah, excellent hands there. She blocks the first one, and then it turns into a double attack. And the spot right now is going across the body of Barr. You know, Dom, you and I talked a little bit after women's doubles, and she has a little bit of tenderness in that elbow. So being able to switch from the backhand to the forehand side or vice versa becomes very difficult.
Yeah, and the soreness is in the left elbow, and so it's going to be the spot that Daescu is going to have to pick up is in that middle.
Like that?
Stepping across right there to take the middle.
It's like right on cue right there. Perfectly done by Daescu. He's got to take that because the backhand is what's a little tender at the moment.
Does that leave Daescu, though, vulnerable then on the backside?
No, I don't think so because he covers it so well and recovers so well.
5-2-2.
The hard part is those two balls that Barr had to hit right on that left shoulder, and then the attack. Anything that is kind of elevated or a little bit, it's going to be very difficult for it to get back with any pace.
Pushes the return long as it is 7-2 quickly in favor of Parris Todd and Hunter Johnson. Andrei Daescu wants a timeout to talk about it as he and his partner are trailing by 5. This is exactly the start, though, that Todd and Johnson wanted, coming out looking very clean. Haven't really been tested. What's impressed you the most outside of the cleanliness of their play?
Well, right now they're getting some unforced errors from Daescu and Barr, a couple return to serve errors, a couple balls that they would typically put away. And what they're doing is they're just taking advantage of it and staying clean on their side. If they stay clean and get some unforced errors, again, right here, you have a 7-2 lead, and that is the difference right here at the beginning of game one.
Well, what I will be looking for to continue here is, a couple of balls behind Daescu to pull him out of the middle to then be able to attack that backhand side of Susannah Barr. If I'm Barr and Daescu, I have to try and keep that ball a little bit more middle and not go out wider so Daescu doesn't get pulled away from the middle.
Daescu getting a little too big there, trying to slide across the middle. Another point for Todd and Johnson, and it's 8-2.
8-2-2.
Daescu can't make the pickup. Nothing going the way of the top seed right now here in game number one.
It's just big-time defense there from Todd and Johnson. Staying in that point, able to get back to neutral. That's a late move there from Todd.
Yeah, and as she moves late, she tries to reach for it. Instead of the movement late, let it bounce and let Hunter come in behind you and take it.
Barr and Daescu able to get the side out, but trailing by 7. And another service error makes it second server.
Wind at their back right now, and they've had a couple return of serves long and now a serve long.
Getting a little love off of the net cord. It falls in off the forehand side for Daescu.
Yeah, not much Johnson can do there. Kicks up just enough. Changes a little bit of direction.
3-9-2. Easy put away for Parris Todd.
Total miss hit there from Todd, but it doesn't matter. Even
it's a good angle with that one.
So even on a miss hit, the angle of the paddle was set. So that was going to be really hard there, or it was a little softer.
Oh, the step across backhand point from Parris Todd makes it game point.
Well, big shake and bake here from Todd. Watch her creep in and then just take advantage of the block that's up high. Nice shake and bake there from Johnson and Todd.
Ooh.
Step across Ernie from Susannah Barr.
She was set up there early on that one. And a good spot right down the feet of Johnson.
Still game point on second server. Barr finding some space behind Johnson to earn the side out. So Barr and Daescu fighting off a pair of game points.
Yeah, and that's a tough spot there for a shake and bake. Todd's trying to find that left hip of Barr, but it also allows that angle to be created behind Johnson, which is exactly what happened.
Johnson can't make the pickup. Another point for Barr and Daescu.
Yeah, a couple loose points in a row here from Todd and Johnson. Just need to slow down here, stay in it, do what got them here.
A fine line between being loose and too loose.
Correct.
That's about as deep as you can get right there off the backhand of Todd.
Kicked up and away from Andrei Daescu, second server.
That is a very free swing there from Parris Todd.
3 straight points have made it 5-10-2. Backhand roll winner. Andrei Daescu makes it a 4-point game.
And let's see where Parris Todd was setting up. Was she leaning middle?
She's leaning middle right there. As soon as that ball gets outside Daescu's left foot, she has to take one step to the right. Just too big of a hole down the line there, and Daescu takes advantage of it.
Well, yeah, because that's her responsibility. As soon as that ball gets outside the left hip of Andrei Daescu, her responsibility is one thing, and it is sideline, where Hunter Johnson has to come over and pinch that middle, and her and Hunter Johnson pinching middle, and Daescu finds the hole.
Barr and Daescu have made it competitive here in game number 1. Todd and Johnson calling a timeout, trying to reset as they had 2 game points, could not convert. And Barr and Daescu have gone on a mini run. What have they done better over the last 4 points?
They've stayed clean, right? They've stayed clean, and what they've done is they've forced Todd and Johnson to play a little slower. They haven't given them too many balls to attack, especially to Hunter Johnson. They've kept it really low and not allowed him to pull the trigger.
Time in, 2-6-10. Barr
She
won.
wanted to hit it.
And Daescu was like, please, let it bounce.
I'm surprised he didn't come over and tackle her.
That's it. Nice ball right there.
Big overhead put away off the paddle of Hunter Johnson, and it will be game point once again for the duo of Johnson and Todd.
Yeah, it's a good step over there from Johnson and going right at the left foot of Barr, creating the pop-up.
Oh, 2 swings at that ball, both from Daescu and Barr.
Off the paddle of Barr into the net, and that is how game 1 will go. Hunter Johnson and Parris Todd taking game 1 in this mixed doubles gold medal match, 11-2. We will have game 2 action coming up next here on the 2023 APP Dallas Open.
11-7.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the 3rd health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Wait, take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us. With the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP, it's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
Welcome back to the Oasis Pickleball Club in Rockwall, Texas, just outside of Dallas. It's been fun and games here this weekend, but it has been fun and games in the downtown of Dallas as well. The Texas State Fair taking place.
We get another look.
And if you have not been, it is a fun time.
Yeah, look at that arm.
Yeah,
fun.
We had fun. We ate all the things.
Was that
fried,
apple?
No, it is a fried bacon cinnamon roll, and it is the best thing that I've ever had in my entire life.
And miss.
And also,
yeah. There was the wind that blew it over.
You guys call yourself Major League Baseball players.
Oh, never said that.
No.
This was the highlight of the night, though. Let's be honest.
Best friend.
I'm gonna need them to frame that for me. Game 2 coming up. We had a ton of fun. It's been a ton of fun this weekend as Barr into the net on the serve, a quick side out.
So now Barr and Daescu into the wind. Todd and Johnson with the wind at their back.
001.
Oh.
Step across from Daescu.
Did that go between his legs?
I think it did. 5-hole.
And Todd almost gets it.
002.
Showing off the vertical is Andrei Daescu. Wow, he got up.
He punishes this last ball. Everything he's got.
Tomahawks it straight down.
That's a nice drop, and that's what's going to happen right now is you have Daescu and Barr into the wind, so those drops are going to die a little bit.
Yeah, it's that's smart there from Todd. If she tries to overhit that one or goes a little bit firmer, Daescu's going to counterattack that one, but she takes some pace off.
And just wide off of the paddle. Side out. We have seen the bottom of the court, as it is on the screen, play differently than the top half, as the wind has continued to blow on and off here today. Smart decision there, Daescu, inside out forehand.
Just reading where Parris, Todd, and Hunter Johnson are moving to. And Hunter does not hide it very well that he's going middle.
Oh,
that was a tough serve from Johnson all the way back towards the baseline.
That was huge serve.
Well, and again, on the backhand side is the struggle for Barr right now. And there's 3 balls. So the serve to the backhand creates the miss out wide. And now that drive and the 5th shot attack at the backhand of Barr. Ooh.
Johnson stepping across, but can't come up with the forehand side out.
Well, good reset on the second ball by Susannah Barr. First one got up, and she did a good job of handling the pace and pressure from Hunter Johnson.
Johnson going for the backhand roll, but can't get the friendly roll.
Well, Johnson's being a little finer now that he has the wind behind him, because it is such a fine line between rolling that ball in the back of the court or pushing it too deep.
couple of backhand errors off of Johnson, who has been so clean throughout this tournament.
Well, much better point construction right there from Barr and Daescu.
Talk about good point construction. That's some good construction there from Todd and Johnson.
It was the cross-court ball from Parris Todd that set that up. It moved Barr enough that she was off balance and popped that ball up.
Daescu set it up exactly how he wanted and missed it.
Yeah, he's going for left shoulder there on Todd. Excellent ball movement, but in the attempt of trying to disguise it, that ball just got a little bit too far behind him, so it was much more difficult for him to roll in, trying to go straight body, Todd getting out of the way.
Right back through the feet.
But it's a good decision from Daescu. You have Parris Todd all the way back. She wants you to hit it back to her. And you have Hunter Johnson in transition. That's the spot you go to.
Hands battle going the way of Barr. It's Parris Todd calls it out.
Did that not hit Hunter?
No, it did. Parris didn't realize it did. So
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I thought it hit Hunter's leg.
Yeah.
It is indeed a side out.
Just a little late right there. About a step behind. You see her right foot go forward, but the left foot stays behind. It keeps half her body back.
Long off the paddle of Susannah Barr, side out.
Yeah, she got caught moving back in there. Another good ball from Todd, pushing her out wide, and then as she's trying to come back into the middle, recover back into the court.
Just inside the line off the paddle of Daescu.
Stop it.
Slap this ball back through the middle. Ready? Slap it.
Whatever works. Barr targeting that right hip of Hunter Johnson, paying dividends with a quick side out.
Yeah, she comes forward, already set up on that backhand.
Big counter there from Susannah Barr.
Barr in the middle of building a pickleball facility in her native Boise, Idaho.
Oh, that's too much. The movement from Daescu kind of threw Todd off a little bit there. She tried to keep that one away from him and pushed it wide.
Tremendous defense there from Parris Todd. Daescu cannot believe he missed it.
Well, he's mad because he knows Todd is sliding to the sideline. All he's got to do is go 2 feet inside.
Yeah. Miss serve.
Miss serve just outside of the line. Barr, one of the bigger female serves. Big risk, big reward. It's a side out this time. Oh, it's in off the paddle of Johnson, falls right on the line for a point.
Yeah, that ball was behind him and just out of his reach. Somehow gets the end of the paddle on it.
3-4-1.
Woo, moved again just a little too soon.
Right, and again, what does Barr do? She backs up off it. She sees where he goes, and she just little flick down the line.
A smart, controlled play by Susannah Barr.
3-4-2.
Step over by Daescu, taking advantage of open court to earn the side out.
It's good protection. We call that from Andrei Daescu because Susannah Barr not getting into that kitchen line quick enough.
And Daescu can't get the friendly drop.
4-3-2.
Johnson, the put away.
Ooh, that was close, though.
It was very close.
It was a lot closer than everybody thought. Yeah,
yeah,
it was in.
It was way.
The ball was well in, and it is a side out. Daescu finding the 5-hole on everyone right now.
Yeah, he's got a lot of pressure he's putting with these big overheads.
3-4-2.
Foot fault called on Andrei Daescu as he was moving forward. Point.
We see, nope.
4-4-2.
4-4-2 here in game number 2 after Todd and Johnson took game 1 11-7. Service error. Uncharacteristic. Gives the serve back to Barr and Daescu.
Oh, and almost like Johnson changed his mind. I think he wants to pull the trigger on that, which I think he should.
And looked a little hesitant there. Hands battle goes the way of Todd and Johnson.
Yeah, if Barr's going to speed that one up, she has to go at left shoulder. Johnson's sitting straight forehand, just pancakes that one back.
Forehand sprayed wide, side out. How does Susannah Barr's elbow injury issue change the dynamics of how she and Daescu typically play?
It's not too much. He's just going to take a little more in the middle because it's the backhand that is a little more tender. So it really doesn't change too much.
Todd not able to handle it. It may not change the dynamics for Barr and Daescu. Does it change how Todd and Johnson choose to attack?
So it gives a little bit of freedom to Daescu at times when they're solely going at the backhand of Barr.
Side out as Barr and Daescu get back on serve.
5-4-1.
Johnson right back through the middle.
Yeah, it's a better job from Johnson there, stepping in, taking control, pushing one out wide to Daescu, then stepping over and rolling it back behind Barr, opens up the middle.
Tremendous defense on all sides, but the ball is wide off of the paddle of Andrei Daescu.
Yeah, just pure scramble mode right there for Barr and Daescu. Daescu gets one over here on our side, the left side. And then Barr picks one off of the chairs.
Oh, Daescu had it wide open and missed it.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought that Johnson was going to go around the post there, so he goes a little bit wider. Had to take a step back behind him to take that forehand.
It ties it at 5-all here in game 2. Barr can't make the pickup. That was a nice ball.
Yeah, good ball there from Parris Todd. She goes right back at the feet of Susannah Barr. Jams her up just enough to cause the error.
A timeout taken by Barr and Daescu here as they are now trailing by 1 in game number 2, having to win this game and another to potentially force a championship tiebreak. This one has been nip and tuck all the way through game number 2. Neither team able to pull away after game number 1 went the way of Todd and Johnson. That duo has 8 medals on tour this year, 3 golds, 1 in Punta Gorda, Newport, Atlanta, 4 silvers. All of those have been at the hands of the duo across the net, and then the bronze in Cincinnati. Barr and Daescu, 7 medals on tour this year, 5 golds, 1 silver, 1 bronze. So a lot of success on this court here on Championship Sunday.
Yeah, it's bend don't break. You know, who's gonna kind of withstand the pressure from either side, and right now Todd and Johnson looking really good.
Sometimes it's harder when it's a pair that you know so well, because you know that they know that you know that they know.
That's correct. Come in.
6-5-1.
6-5-1.
Barr and Daescu driving Parris Todd back.
Well, she has to come forward on one of those balls. They weren't balls that were really sitting up that high.
Little backhand flick from Andrei. Daescu forces the side out.
That's a big hold off the timeout from Daescu, and Barr needing this second game.
Johnson can't make the pickup.
That's a nice dig on the sideline from Barr just to reset that ball back in. I don't think Johnson was expecting a good ball right there. He was expecting something higher.
Tied at 6. That ball's not coming back.
Yeah, Barr's drop sitting up a little too high. Again, we've seen that a few times. Just a little too much risk there.
Oh, Parris Todd was waiting for it. Easy put away.
Yeah, it's tough because that was finally a nice drop right there, and Daescu coming on a beautiful Ernie but couldn't get a ton on it. Todd kept it nice and low.
6-6-1. Daescu stepping across, forcing the backhand air.
Well, that's a case where Johnson is trying to rush to the next ball and not finishing, executing the shot before.
And again, moving up towards the kitchen line, not set as he goes to make that shot.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But again, it's a good counter from Daescu right there and pulls him just enough off that ball.
Second server. It feels like the first team to get a 2-point lead is going to be in control as we have gone back and forth, stuck at 6-6 for the last 6 serves. That backhand overhead earned an oh my goodness from the crowd. Daescu just covers so much space at the kitchen line.
A little backhand flick on the attempted lob.
Around the post, Daescu was there but couldn't make the play.
Yeah, good job from Todd here, waiting for this ball to develop and get outside the posts.
Patience from Parris. Todd pays off with a side out, trailing 6-7-1 here in game number 2.
Again, Johnson rushing that stroke on the backhand side.
And another error. It's a little surprising considering how clean he has played throughout the course of this tournament. 7-6-1. Oh, there's a big backhand by Susannah Barr. Another point. It's a 2-point advantage.
Well, the difference right now is if Susannah Barr dialed in with a third, it's good. If it's high, it's an issue right now.
Parris Todd going to pull the trigger, instead finds the net. It is now 9-6 in favor of Susannah Barr and Andrei Daescu. Todd and Johnson want to take a timeout to talk it over, and we're going to take the time to take a look at our drop shot of the match coming up earlier here in this matchup. Not your conventional drop shot, but it works just as well.
Well, it managed to drop in.
That's right. So technically, yes, it is a drop shot.
Johnson catching that one off the absolute maximum length of the paddle there.
It is a sort of drop in a different kind of way, but it works all nonetheless.
And it worked to give Johnson and Todd a point off of that edge guard winner. They are finding themselves trailing by 3 here in game number 2 as Barr and Daescu have found some momentum to take a 3-point advantage, trying to make it to a game 3, potentially force that championship tiebreak.
Yeah, difference right here. One thing I would like to see from Todd and Johnson is I've not seen Hunter Johnson, when the ball gets to his backhand on the dinks, step back and pull the trigger. He is not doing it. He's just trying to stay in a cross-court dink with Andrei Daescu, which is not his strength right now.
What is Johnson's strength right now?
If he's pulling the trigger right on that ball. So these right here, he's not even thinking about it. That's good pressure, though, from Johnson on the Ernie attempt right there, and Barr had to change her mind, try and keep it nice and soft.
9-6-2. And a little unlucky there for Daescu. Net cord pop-up, put away from Johnson.
Well, that's a big hold coming out of the timeout. Need to try to gain some of the momentum back here. I'd like to see Todd and Johnson be a little bit more aggressive on this third. Oh,
third
Barr
draw. How did she deaden that?
But again, it's going cross court and it's going behind Johnson,
who's pinching middle.
Yeah.
And Barr cannot get the lift. Point for Todd and Johnson.
7-9-2.
Back through the middle, Daescu finds a hole, side out.
So what's happening right now, when Barr and Daescu can get the point to neutral, where they're in a dinking rally, they seem to have the advantage right now. Before, they didn't. But it's no trigger pulls from Hunter Johnson or Parris Todd right now when they get in that like that. But they've been successful with those.
Todd standing too tall on that one.
The trigger pull into the net gives Barr and Daescu a game point here at 10-7. Johnson and Todd use another timeout. They want to talk it over. This has been really a tale of 2 games. It's been each game dominated in the latter half by each side. So we knew this one was going to be a close affair coming in, with as many times as these two teams have played, as often and as close as the scores have been. I mean, guys, this is what we wanted, though, on Championship Sunday, right?
Yeah, I mean, and the difference right now for me is on both sides. When either team is on this near side for us, the side that Daescu and Barr are on now, they had more success. And the reason being is they are dropping balls in much better, and they're a little more aggressive on them. Parris, Todd, and Hunter Johnson had more success in the first game, dropping those balls in, and the wind take a little bit of an effect. And right now, Barr and Daescu are having that.
With the exception of Sacramento, every gold medal match that these four have played have gone to 3 games. And this one will as well, as that is long off the paddle of Parris, Todd. Susannah Barr and Andrei Daescu take game 2, 11-7. We've got game 3 action coming up next year on Championship Court. Don't go anywhere. Great pickleball still ahead here at the 2023 APP Dallas Open.
From tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
APP is presented by LS, Gamma, the Boca Raton, and Franklin.
Game 3 about to get underway here on Championship Court. Parris, Todd, and Hunter Johnson, the 2 seed in the mixed doubles bracket, took game 1, 11-7. The top seed, Susannah Barr and Andrei Daescu, battled back to take game 2, 11-7. An evenly matched match is what we expected here on Championship Sunday. Put away for Daescu, earns the side out.
Well, a little chaotic, the first point. If that's any indication of how this third game is going to go, we're in for a very hectic match.
Who do chaotic points favor?
I don't know if it really favors either team. You have 4 players who play very methodical. All four of these players do not play in a chaotic manner, so I don't think it favors any team, really.
Daescu gets the forehand roll to fall in. Point for Barr and Daescu.
Well, great drop right there from Barr, setting that up. And again, that's always an X factor if she's dialed in and Daescu can crash.
And just a bit wide. Side out. Barr getting in a battle with Johnson and winning it.
Right now, feeling pretty good is Barr and playing that hands battle firefight.
Well, especially on elevated balls.
Yeah, hit that ball right.
She hits it just as hot as anybody. Ooh, just out.
A little come on there from Susannah Barr. It's 1-1-2. Can't make the play, Daescu. And Barr with a little bit of communication there as Todd and Johnson take the lead. How about the defense from Parris, Todd, and Hunter Johnson?
Yeah, just forcing one more ball to be hit. And every time you do that, your opponent will try and do maybe just a little too much. That's exactly what happens right there.
Yeah, Johnson catches that one behind him. Good attacks there from Daescu.
One, 3-1. Ernie from Hunter Johnson finds some court.
Yeah, good move there from Johnson. Not much Barr can do there once it gets back behind her or even tight to the body.
Oh, backhand roll shot from Johnson earns the side out. That was pretty.
Well, and that's the difference maker right there is we haven't seen it. We didn't really see it in game two. But the tell is that he puts his second hand on that paddle. As soon as he puts that second hand on that paddle, Barr's got to sit there. But great disguise, great shot from Hunter Johnson.
Return error from Daescu. It's 4-1 in favor of Todd Johnson.
4-1-1.
Another foot fault. It's 5-1. Still first server.
5-1-1.
Daescu going right at the feet of Hunter Johnson.
It doesn't overhit it, just gets that ball, like you said, right at the feet.
5-1-2.
Incredibly difficult to pick up there. Oh, that's a little too much movement.
Trying to come across for the poach, and Barr tags him.
Well, Hunter reads it perfectly. He knows where Barr's going to go. He just got to stop. He continued to move through it, and it just gives Barr a target as he comes across.
Last week in Atlanta, the gold medal match went to 3 games. Barr and Daescu took the first 11-9 before Johnson and Todd took the next two 7-9. Off of the net court, a point for Barr and Daescu.
A little unlucky there for Hunter Johnson.
Tough serve there from Daescu. Little love off the net cord. Susannah Barr with another point.
Yeah, and that one just sitting up a little too high there from Todd. Flicks that one back up over the net. The Barr's sitting there waiting to get on top of it.
Run here for Barr and Daescu.
3-point run. Back through the metal. That's a good forehand there from Parris Todd.
I thought Hunter Johnson was to pull a trigger on that one right there. He doesn't, and Parris Todd does on the next ball. Nice ball from Todd.
Second server. Daescu just missed the around the post off of the backhand side.
Well, he tried to finesse this one in, but just didn't quite hit it hard enough.
It was like slow motion.
Yeah.
Side out, but Barr and Daescu still able to pick up 3 on their service game.
Oh, Hunter blocked it.
Yep.
Off of Parris's paddle.
5-4-2. That time Barr read the backhand roll.
But again, like you were saying, Dom, as soon as he puts that second hand on, he's going to speed that ball up.
Yeah.
Barr just sits right there on the forehand, waits for the ball to come to the paddle.
And Daescu cannot make the backhand.
That thing paused on the top of the net right there.
Sat there for what felt like probably an eternity for Andrei Daescu before falling back on the Barr Daescu side of the kitchen. Parris Todd moving to the forehand side, can't make the pickup. We are tied at 5 apiece.
Daescu had a return, a weak return from Parris Todd. He came in and couldn't finish. They still come out on top.
Yeah, I think if that doesn't hit the net cord there, it has a chance to beat Johnson down the line, but again, goes with that second hand, speeds up down the line. Barr recognizes it.
Johnson comes up short on the third.
Just rushes through it. He was trying to run through it and anticipate the next shot after that one.
That ball behind Johnson when he went to go reach for it.
A little miscommunication, I think. I think Johnson thought that Todd was going to play that and push that back cross court.
A little late U. Oh, you've got to be kidding. What a point from both sides.
I want to go back to the very beginning of that point where there was a hands battle. That point should have been over. Parris Todd reset a ball perfectly off the paddle of Daescu and kept them in that point.
Todd and Johnson call a timeout as they are trailing 6-5-1. There are about 7 out balls hit in the middle of that rally, but how about the concentration to reset on both sides and continue that long grinding style point?
Well, all 4 players are dialed in right now. As you can see, nothing's really fooling anybody. No one is shocking anybody with a shot here or a shot there. Now, what does it come down to? Like the end of that last point, it was just a lack of execution on the last ball right there. It wasn't a winner. It wasn't anything like that. This is going to come down to pure execution.
Barr and Daescu on top for the first time here in game number 3. It was Todd and Johnson that got out to a 5-1 lead. And Barr and Daescu have steadily chipped away to earn themselves a 1-point advantage, trying to force that championship tiebreaker 1 game to 15 for a winner-take-all gold medal. And Todd and Johnson do have that insurance in their back pocket by virtue of winning the winner's bracket.
You always have that. That game to 15 is also considered insurance. In case something happens.
Just in case.
Error off of the return. 7-5-1. Barr going at the right hip of Parris. Todd, another point. It is now 3 points in favor of the top seed.
Yeah, Todd and Johnson are losing some focus here. Too many errors. Oh, just catching the net cord, kicking out wide.
Still second server. An error off of the third by Andrei Daescu gives a side out to Parris Todd and Hunter Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, we're exchanging errors right now.
Execution.
Execution in big moments.
Daescu.
Another, that's the third time.
Daescu slipped on the court. At some point, we'll get a replay of those foot faults.
Johnson with a missed third.
Well, that's because of Daescu. Daescu's pinching over. Johnson wanted to go to Barr's side and then changed his mind last second.
Barr can't come up with a shot. We are tied at 8-all. And out of the timeout, or the side out rather, Todd and Johnson have ripped off 3 straight. So smart there from Daescu. Johnson showing off some impressive speed and some impressive flexibility. Not you.
Chad and I are not getting up from that.
Oh, I don't even try to do the splits. I just roll with it.
Nice run there from Todd and Johnson.
Johnson forcing Susannah Barr back with a big forehand. 8-8-2. A little long as Johnson has stepped up the aggression here in the last couple of points, but it is 9-8 in favor of Barr and Daescu. Johnson goes to pull the trigger, and it's long.
The overhead that Johnson hit down the line was out.
100%. I'm thinking the same thing, Chad, because the wind is pushing a little bit, and I think you want to put like an exclamation point on that, and ends up being reset by Daescu. Oh, man.
From our vantage point, it looked like that ball was trending out. Johnson hit it, point continues. Barr, Daescu get the benefit of an error off the paddle of Hunter Johnson, and now it is match point for Barr and Daescu to try and send it to a championship tiebreak.
You said it, Chad. It's going to 15.
Yeah.
It's almost like you know what you're talking about.
Well, sometimes. Half the time. Maybe 48.967% of the time.
This has been the type of match that we expected, back and forth. And as you pointed out coming in, errors, unforced errors in the biggest moments have been the difference maker in each of the 3 games.
All right, 10-8. Who can execute here? Who can execute under pressure here? Even though Todd and Johnson do have the insurance in their pocket, which is that game to 15.
10-8-2.
Tight. Couple of tight dinks right there.
So Todd and Johnson able to earn the side out. 8-10-1. Point overhead put away for Johnson.
What was that? A step over there. Johnson's becoming a little bit more aggressive. It's a good roll back behind Barr. Well, we get a timeout from Daescu and Barr.
A good timeout here for Barr and Daescu as they are trying to hold off a late run here by Parris Todd and Hunter Johnson. What's the conversation on both sides of the net, fellas?
There's not a whole lot of conversation going on in either corner right now.
Maybe what should it be then? If there's not a conversation, what should the conversation be?
I mean, you have to come out and play loose, but you have to play clean. I mean, we've seen it throughout today that the difference maker is the errors down the stretch, and what we're doing right now is exchanging errors, creating pop-ups.
Why do players get tight in those moments and get a little bit more hesitant to pull the trigger on good balls and then make errors on ones that they should make?
Well, adrenaline factor. We saw Hunter Johnson pull that trigger on that forehand he slid over. It's just adrenaline getting the best of him. And then Barr with a little bit of a tight dink right there, and match point.
Step over from Johnson is a point. It's 10-all.
Well, it's finally a good move there from Johnson. Johnson finally anticipated that and comes over and finishes that with the forehand.
Tied at 10 here in game number 3.
Oh,
Johnson puts it away with the overhead to earn championship point.
And Barr, again, just a little overextended there on the forehand, floats that ball. We're going to get another timeout here for Barr and Daescu.
Now, how good, though, have Todd and Johnson been out of their timeout to fight off a match point and work themselves into championship point?
Well, again, yeah, it's execution. They've executed the last 3 points. They've done a really good job, and now they're back here on top. So, again, comes down to that execution late in games, and they have done it right here.
Todd and Johnson trying to make it back-to-back gold medals in the mixed doubles here on the APP Tour. Able to pick up the gold medal in Atlanta in 3 games over Barr and Daescu. This has been a rivalry that has been fun to watch over the course of this season as these two teams have battled and gone at each other. This is the 5th time these two have met on Championship Sunday. This match has not disappointed. This is championship point coming for Parris Todd and Hunter Johnson. into the net. Ernie for Hunter Johnson, and it is a gold medal for Parris Todd and Hunter Johnson in the mixed doubles back-to-back golds on tour. Big hug for the champions. We will hear from them when we return here on Championship Court at the 2023 APP Dallas Open.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. You know, it's really scary. Popcorn with no butter.
No, getting insurance. I mean, what if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
Hey, at State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Sorry. Is that seat taken?
Get on up here, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Most wanted?
Yeah, for my cup of ale.
I saw. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
The APP is presented by Pro XR, C&D Nets, Discount Tire, and Sports Illustrated.
And here's the Boca Raton championship point here for mixed doubles.
Yeah, the miss hit there from Barr on that overhead kind of kept Todd and Johnson in this point. And the same there for Daescu, just not able to put it away. It comes down to Johnson and Todd playing cleaner down the stretch, taking championship point here at 12-10. And holding on a late charge there from Daescu and Barr. So it's Todd and Johnson with the gold here on Sunday. And Dorian Kraft is courtside with all four players.
Thanks, Chad. Parris and Hunter, congratulations on your gold medal. We'll get you guys in just 1 second. Susannah and Andrei, not the result that I know you guys wanted, but you guys came out, you fought hard in game number 2. What was the difference and the biggest adjustment that you made to be able to take that game?
I mean, we just made a lot of errors in the first game, and so we, worked really hard to cut those down. But obviously, Parris and Hunter played excellent. They put a lot of pressure on us, and they came out on top today.
It's the type of match that we expect to see every time we see you guys on the court. Andrei, you and Susannah have had so much success on tour this season. What is it about this partnership that continues to improve week after week?
We're playing a lot together. We went through the ups and downs, and we're just going to continue to do so. There's a lot of adversity at the moment. We just got to play better on the stretch, pressure moments and pressure points. We're up 10-8 in that third game and play some pretty rough points there. But credits to Parris and Hunter. They played really well under pressure, and they deserve the win today.
Well, congratulations on your silver medal. Everyone, Susannah Barr, Andrei Daescu, your silver medalists in the mixed doubles final. It's time for our gold medal interview powered by Franklin. Parris, Hunter, the timeout facing match point at 10-8. You guys took a timeout, talked it over. What was that conversation, and how did you reset to come out and end up earning yourselves championship point?
I didn't even know we were down at match point. I thought you were telling me that. Did you know that?
I was blacked out.
Okay. Well, I just felt like the momentum was for them, and sometimes you have to take timeouts based off of that. And I don't. Who called it? Was it you or me? Do we know?
It's probably you.
Okay. I usually call the timeouts, but I mean, yeah, it worked in our favor. But they're a great team. They always come out and they always play amazing, and they've got the best of us a lot this season. So we've just made some adjustments, and this guy's playing great. So glad I get to be next to him.
It speaks to how in sync you are that neither one of you even knew who called the timeout. You just knew how to do it. But Hunter, you guys, again, so much success on tour this year. I feel like your defense is not credited as much as your offense. You guys are tremendous defenders. What is it that allows you to have such great court coverage?
Yeah, it's just that instinct out there. I mean, we always just kind of track the ball. I mean, you see the ball, hit the ball. Really, it's as simple as that. But yeah, it helps that we know each other so well, and we know each other around the court, and we just kind of know which balls are ours and which one she takes, which one I take. So
most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah. Sometimes it looked a little shaky there sometimes, but yeah, it worked out in our favor, and just happy to get the win today.
Well, congratulations once again on your gold medal here in Dallas. Parris, Todd, Hunter Johnson, your gold medalist here at the 2023 APP Dallas Open.
Well, Congratulations to Parris, Todd, and Hunter Johnson. They are golden again, back-to-back Atlanta and then here in Dallas. What impressed you the most about them real quick, Chad?
Well, it was just the final points down the stretch there. We heard it in the interview. They didn't even realize that they were down match point. They took a timeout. They were down 10-8, came out and took the final 4 points, and really, just – it always comes down to who plays cleaner down the stretch, and we saw it all day today.
Yeah, execution there for Todd and Johnson has them come out on top.